We're going to get stuck straight in, and we're going to focus for our first few stories on Irish news and on the notion of a cashless society. You want to run with this one, Padraig?
Yeah, Finbar, I'm going to give you a quick rundown, and this is just a story of an individual case in Ireland coming from the north. So it was a guy here called Charlie Moss, described as your typical GAA lifer, an avid fan, regular matchgoer and volunteer. He used to be the chairman of Acryan St. Davog's club near Castlederg, County Tyrone. But Charlie has a problem. The GAA move to online-centric ticketing system is putting him off going to games. Having to buy online in advance, he says, is a nightmare. He's particular issues in his rural area with poor telephone signal, meaning that when his bank sends him a text message to approve his online purchase as a security measure, he sometimes doesn't receive it. Slow internet, meanwhile, means that the ticket website often times out if the purchase is not complete in time. He claims to be fairly savvy with computers, but just thinking of those who aren't, he said, they would have no hope of getting a ticket. There should be a facility for the likes of pensioners to get their tickets rather than going online. The fact that some people will just say, I won't bother, is something that he sees as a major problem. Charlie described the online ticketing system as a nightmare. According to Ulster GAA, a new policy of online ticketing had a soft launch across the island during the COVID pandemic and was fully implemented last season across its fixtures. The system is not entirely online. Tickets can still be bought at certain SuperValu or Centre stores. And an Ulster GAA spokesperson said tickets for Ulster Senior Football Championship fixtures continue to be available via GAA clubs and county boards, but this is all due to change. So it's another personal case of a person who is suffering with the problems of technology. In this case, it's somebody who claims to be well capable of using the technology, but logistically is at a disadvantage. I think the issue remains that there's an inequality in this, and we shouldn't be breeding inequality into society. Don't see any reason why we don't continue with a dual system of cash and alternative methods, particularly when the online version of payments tends to add charges to people. So, like legal tender is legal tender, and it's something we're going to have to keep on because I think this is discriminatory, personally.
I think it is, and I think from a gerontological point of view, it's disempowering to older people who may not be au fait with technology. So we're making older people and people who are not au fait with technology dependent on younger people for this. And although it's nice to see people helping people and younger generations helping older generations, ultimately it is disempowering older people to be able to go through a process of obtaining tickets themselves and going through that entire rigmarole as they usually do, rather than having to learn a whole new technology and maybe never properly learn and open themselves up to abuse through these technologies as well. So I fully agree with you, Padraig. It is a sign of the times that I think a lot of people don't want to see. And I have seen stuff online over the last few weeks, some images being tweeted out of some businesses who refuse to take cards, and then some businesses who refuse to take cash. So there seems to be a bit of a battle going on at the moment. I know I prefer the plurality of having the option of cash or a card.
And there is a thing going on at the moment. I've heard about taxi drivers in this state who are that they're compelled to have a card option for passengers. So there's a battle in many different places on this issue.
Yeah.